And welcome back, Rankers. Thank you for all the comments about last week's show. The general consensus seems to be, with the Google top spot ads on the left-hand side, is that certainly for some industries they do not convert well at all, and you'll end up paying more money and not getting as many sales. But that isn't true for all industries, and some people who have got back to me and say, no, I actually get really good conversions, but it does seem to be industry dependent. So of course the rule is, and the advice is, test and measure. Right, today Google has this week Google's announced a new feature in its Webmaster Tools package. If you don't use Google Webmaster Tools, it's a free service that they provide. Most SEO companies will set it up for you. Well, if they don't, and you haven't got it set up, I would suggest changing your SEO company. But basically, Webmaster Tools tells Google where all your content is and gives you some really good feedback on the sorts of things Google's finding out about your site. What they've announced this week, if we have a look here, is they tell you about when they crawl the web, the sorts of things that they find and any errors that they find. Well, one of the things that they've done this week is they're letting us know what web pages out there are linking to any web pages on your site that they've found, but the links don't go anywhere. So typically this would be if someone's linked to you in the past and then you've got to move the page that they were linking to, and all of a sudden you've got a busted inbound link. Now that's not a very good experience for users of Google. So Google isn't going to, if people are linking to your site with broken links and broken pages, Google's really not going to pay attention to those backlinks at all. But what you can do then is make those links work, either by doing a redirection, ask your hosting company to do that for the busted links, or just set up the original page with the original path to it. And if we have a look here, this is the Stuart Media site, and you can see here we've got one URL not found. Okay, if we click on that, it tells us, hopefully now Google's been a little bit flaky this morning, so hopefully it'll work for the demonstration. Of course it doesn't, it never does it? Thank you, Google. But basically, if you click on that link in under the not found area, now it works. You will find the URL that is being linked to that Google says is broken. So if we look here, we can see it's actually a QuickTime file from a video blog that I did back in 2005, 13th of October 2005 to be exact. Wow. How weird's that? 3 years ago. I only just noticed that just then. Then if we go over this side of the page, we can see that Google's telling us that it's a 404 not found. That's the code for a page that doesn't exist. And that's what the web server will tell your web browser, that it's a 404, it's not found. But then we can see here what actual pages out there on the net are linking to this file, this QuickTime file. And we'll see here there's a couple, and it found one on October the 3rd this year, and the last one it found on December the 26th, 2006. You can then click on those pages to have a look at them, and you'll see here it's an Apple mailing list. Now, I wasn't using an Apple computer in 2005. Well, not my own anyway. And what we've got here is that someone's been trying to, oops, sorry about that, kids. Someone's been trying to embed my video blog in their web page back in 2005, and it's broken, but they've linked to the file. That is a link to my website that Google considers a vote for my website. Now, the fact that it's linking to a video file that no longer exists on the site, I can now go back into the site and either tell my web server when anybody types that URL in to redirect them to another page, or I can put up that file again. And by doing that, I get those backlinks, and Google says, well, those votes for your site are real, therefore we're going to count them. And that's all there is to it, but it's a great tool. Now, this is especially important if you've recently changed your site, if you've recently had an upgrade, or if your site's 10 years old and it's had a couple of upgrades during that time. Because there would have been a lot of sites out there that may still be linking to you, old archives like that are linking to you. It's worth checking out. So hopefully that's helpful. And remember, if you've got any other questions, shoot them through. and we'll answer them on the show. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye.